Welcome to Vintage Radio Cafe, your #1 channel for relaxing vintage audio restoration. If you like watching an idiot wielding a soldering iron, you've come to the right place. Watch Ray's attempts to fix wonderful forgotten radios from another era, way before transistors. Sometimes he even gets them working again. What could go wrong, right?
Hello guys, so welcome back. I started checking the capacitors because I foolishly thought, since the capacitors on the board were all good, to my surprise, I foolishly thought the other ones everywhere else were going to be good. But nope, no way. The first two I checked on the, let's call it the audio board, to here, they're supposed to be at 5 nanofarads. They were almost at 10, so double the value, those guys. Then I remove one of the big filter on top of the output transistor, and I don't know if I'll be able to show you this, but it was open. I had no readings whatsoever, and look at the top of that. See here? The inside was coming out, the top was bulging. Sorry. So yeah, that's open. And if this one is open, if this one is leaky and all that, there's another one just like it underneath, and there's a complete board. So I figured, yeah, there's no miracle in radio repairs. So if you can see this little board here, which they call the AF board, there's 9 capacitors there, one on top of the output transformer, 2 more. I have one in my hand, so that's what, 12, 14, 15 with those, plus the 3 that I changed, so that's 18 out of 21 maybe. So yeah, that's usual, right? When you do radio, you have to do all the capacitors. It was wishful thinking on my part. That's what it was. So while I was working over the weekend, it was nice enough outside. Not very sunny, not very warm, but at least above zero. I cleaned the track on my patio door, because as you may recall, I do all my sanding and use of the compressor to blow dirt on my balcony, at the back of the house. And well, I didn't realize it at first, but all the sanding, the sawdust, goes into the rack, the railing of the patio door. So I had to lift that up and clean it up. And I never did that before. I didn't know that thing was so heavy. So today I'm stiff all over. So I got the capacitors I needed from DigiKey. Yeah. And I've identified all the parts as I usually do on the chassis, correlating everything with the schematic. So what I didn't have, I ordered. So I got everything I need now. I'm just about to open up DigiKey's box. Always beautifully packed with the bill and everything. So yeah. And that's what I'll be doing today. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I plan to listen to the game tonight. We are almost in the Stanley Cup playoffs, almost. I think we have to win at least 2 or 3 more games, and we're playing against the Ottawa Senator tonight, so it's going to be a tough game. And yeah, I'd like to be able to listen to the game on that radio and give it back to my aunt as soon as possible. Although I want to have my family over for Easter, so this might take a few weeks. We'll see. If she's coming with her daughters, my cousins, I'll probably wait until that time to give the radio back. If not, I'll go meet up with her and give her a radio. So, yeah, let's start up the iron station and the pump. And start replacing capacitors. I'll be right back. Well, I hope. Woo. So I'm going to start working on that right now, and I just want to show you. It's not as easy as it looks. This board is mounted on 2 tabs to the output transformer. And to be able to move this enough for me to work on it, well, you know, I could always unsolder like 15 wires, but I always try to avoid unsoldering wires if I can, you know, go around it another way. But I didn't have any choice to remove the what do you call this? The heat sink. Yeah, I did put some new, you know, some fresh thermal paste, but I had to unsolder it. And the 2 wires here, I mean, first time I see this, the 2 wires just go straight to the pin. They were soldered just on the side of it, not being, you know, piggy-tailed around it or twisted. No, just they put it close to it and just soldered them in place. So it was easy to remove, but it's going to be a bitch to resolder. So when I take this guy out of the way, which has already been disconnected, well, I have to, let me get my screwdriver. Which I never have on hand when I need. I need to unscrew from the bottom and another one from the top. Did I screw it back in? Maybe not. So it's just slotted in. It's quite hard to remove. Just got to get this out of the way. My point is I can move it just enough to be able to grab the those little tabs, untwist them, and separate the board from the whole assembly. But not by much. Just enough for me to be able, yeah, to access the soldering point, remove the caps from this side. You know, just like this. Then resolder them. So I still got those three guys to do. The 2 47s and yeah, this guy. There's a teeny whiny one here, which I can't really see the value, and it makes no sense on the schematic. It says 47, but it has to be like a 0.0047 or something. It's probably going to be left there. I don't think it's it could be that bad, but I'll test it before. So yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm going to do today. And the other reason why I'm not finished is when I started this, not yesterday, the day before, I started to get a runny nose. I guess you could call it a head cold. I mean, my nose was so runny, it was incredible, just like water. And this may sound gross to you, and I'm sure you've had that before. Like a head cold, no other symptoms, no fever, no nothing, but just sneezing, and my nose was dripping, running. I couldn't work. I did quite a bit on it, but I had to stop. Besides, I didn't have the right capacitors, so I had to stop. So I didn't get to listen to the game on this radio. I listened to it on the other, which wasn't the Concertino, and we won against all odds against Ottawa, 6-3. It was really a 4-3 game, but they pulled their goalie 2.5 minutes before the end, which is always a risky move. So we scored on an empty net once and then again, but they played a good game. Could have gone either way, but you know, 2.5 minutes left, and you're trailing by 1, and Ottawa was already guaranteed a place in the playoff spot. So they already had a spot in the playoffs, I mean. So they didn't have to kill themselves for that game, but we did. We had to. So tonight we're playing again against the New York Islanders. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're really good this year, the Islanders, for some reason, I think. So we might get a shot at that. So I'll be back once this is done, and we'll do a final test. If everything works, we'll put it back in the cabinet. So I'll be back when I can. Okay, folks, so welcome back. And yeah, it's been well over a week since I last worked on the radio for different reasons. I was busy with stuff and I had to travel a bit. And last time I worked on it, I had finished the recapping of the AF board, as they call it. And I was having a huge problem. Listen to this. Yeah, and I, for the love of me, I couldn't figure out why it was reacting this way. I'm sorry. And yeah, I thought I had inversed a cap, put the cap backwards or something, and I rechecked and checked and checked and rechecked many times, and nope, I couldn't find the issue. So I called up my friend Mario, who is a technician. I've been going to him for many years. Right up until the point where I started fixing my own stuff, but he was always my go-to audio technician. The guy is he's a pro. And so yeah, when we got there, he took some voltages and he checked everything, and he said, no, the caps are okay. So he started playing with the trimmer pot for the DC bias voltage. And it started going in and out, louder and softer. So after a few minutes, he said, "No, it's good. That little guy is completely finished." And when I started working on that radio, I could see it was bent. Okay, it was bent a little bit inwards, and I didn't, think too much of it at the time. I thought, well, if it's been working all these years, maybe they put it that way in, and for some reason, and it was working fine. But at one point, while I was, changing capacitors, I had to put it straight to have just enough room to be able to solder the new cap in. And after that, it stopped working. So luckily, Mario had one, a 3K pot, two connectors, because most of them are 3 connectors. So he had one, probably that he got from another radio he fixed at one point. So we tried that, and it was working after that. So this is where I'm at right now. So I'm just going to test it. I'm at 118 volts. Yeah. Should be 29 volts. Really close from the rectifier. So this is an external speaker. As usual, some stations are better.
Prendrais-tu un café? Ou un après-midi de rafraîchissement décadent.
Anyways, just wanted to show you that before I reassemble it. And yeah, with any luck, in a few hours it's going to be completely reassembled and I can start listening to the game. There's not that many games left for the regular season. I think the Canadians have maybe 3 games to play, 3 or 4. And they're really close to having a guaranteed spot in the playoffs, but I don't think they're there yet, not 100%. If they lose the last matches and the other teams close to us win, we might not make it, but I think we're really, really close. So I'd like to listen to the game on that radio tonight. I still have a little bit of touch-up to do on the vinyl. Some small parts of the vinyl I've been lifting, which is not unusual when you work with the vinyl wrap. So I'm going to put a bit of glue underneath it and make it more permanent. And tomorrow I have a family gathering in a restaurant. It's actually, it's just happened like that, but it was the favorite restaurant of my father. So we're going to be meeting there. I'm going to see Louisette, and I'll give her a radio then. Probably we'll go at her place and have a listen. I also made a little external antenna. Show you this. Yeah, I just made this myself with a bit of plastic and hot glue. But for testing, it works. It's great. When the radio is outside of the cabinet, there's no antenna connected to it. So yeah, give me maybe half an hour, and I'll be back with the final result. Be right back. Okay guys, welcome back. Well, it's time to conclude this restoration, and yes, I can call it a restoration for once, since I had to do about everything from cosmetic to the electronics. Just to remind you, I got this radio a little bit after Christmas from my aunt Louisette, and I actually asked her to look at it. So when I had issues with, after the recapping, there's 16 caps here, most electrolytics, a few papers, film caps. After that, yeah, it got stressful because this little guy, which I've shown you, it's a trimmer pot for the DC voltage bias adjustment. And yeah, I couldn't see that, I couldn't imagine that would have failed, but it did. So it got a little bit stressful after 4 or 5 days of troubleshooting, and wasn't able to find the issue. And one mistake I almost got caught with those little 47s. I've also shown you this. The black band here doesn't indicate the positive, but rather it indicates, it doesn't indicate the negative as usual, but the positive. And the whole circuit is based on negative voltage. So I don't know if that's the reason, or if they just marked them like that at the time. Everything looked original inside. So I mean, it's like any other radios. The issue that I had was most of the problems were mechanical and due to dirt. Dirt because it was kept in a garage. I told you this many times before. I didn't have any AM or short wave. All the medium waves weren't working because of the switch and how dirty they were. and now it's working. But on the AM, which is the bigger tuner on top and exposed to everything, well, it's still dirty. I mean, I cleaned it, but during the travel between the stations, it does there's a lot of noise. It's really scratchy. Once you're tuned in on the station, it's okay, but you can tell that between the shaft and the fins, the blades, the stator and the rotor, there has to be either dirt and or corrosion there, and the only way to clean that properly would be to put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. And yeah, it sounds easy, but the wheel for the tuning string goes there. I mean, the shaft goes through a plastic wheel, and I didn't dare. I'm telling you, I was too afraid to just try to remove that plastic on metal, and then undo all the winding of the tuning cord, and then remove that, unsolder that. I mean, the unsoldering, the mechanical part, yeah, not so bad. But then after that, re-putting the string and all that, it would have been quite hard. Considering that most people don't even listen to AM anymore. We don't have many stations here, just a couple. And I know my aunt and her daughters, they're going to be listening to FM most of the time. Other thing I did, I put my those are two speakers I restored last year. They were curbside. They were picked up, as trash. I recapped them. I think I changed the tweeter, if I remember correctly, and they've been my test speakers since last year. But I'm telling you, it sounds very, very good with them on, both of them. Left side is a little bit stronger. Plus, when you put them in, it doesn't disengage the main speaker. So there's 3 speakers going, but it sounds very good. So I'm going to ask Louisette what she intends to do with the radio. If she wants to put it back in the garage, I'll keep my speakers. But if she wants to put it maybe in the living room or on the kitchen counter, maybe she'll have use for the speakers. Then I'll give her the speakers. But she has to use them. Otherwise, they're handy for me. I have others, but those are great. I think they're 6.5 ohms, and Telefunken says the external speaker have to be above 4 ohms, which makes sense, especially since there's 3 speakers running. So I tried it last night, and I did some late night listening, and radio sounds really good. The footage I'm going to show you is only with the main speaker on. The satellite speakers weren't plugged in for that part, but I think it sounds, pretty good, and it's quite powerful for its little size. So let's have a listen with those speakers on. Yeah, it would help if I had power. It would help. So I can't put music for too long.
S'élant entre Masson et Rachel et à la hauteur de la rue Ontario. Tunnel La Fontaine en direction de...
So it's the sound is really rich, really full, I have to say.
En direction sud, c'est depuis Hochelaga.
And yeah, also right. I want to show you the farthest station I can reach here. Burlington 107.9.
That's called a worst-case scenario.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out for you at all.
Well, the
Okay.
other thing actually that works
So reception is not great now.
Ah, that's good.
Wrapping it aluminum foil, drizzling some olive oil on the cut top of it. So you just cut off the top quarter of it to expose
Was better
all the
yesterday.
close inside, put olive oil, wrap
This
it in
little
foil.
antenna.
Say 350 oven until, I don't know how long, 45 minutes or so. Should really, really soften.
Also, I have
And
so
then
many
you
lights
can
here.
just turn the
So,
whole head upside
but you
down
get the
and
idea.
squeeze out the cloves.
If I
And
get
they
that
are so
station, I
sweet.
know the radio is good. The tuner is good. Let's try it on AM.
Is on sale right now at the Sephora Savings Event. Rouge members get early access on April 4th,
Yeah.
and VIB and Insiders
And
start saving on April 8th.
treble and
Offers
bass
end April
control
14th. Only at Sephora.
really make a
In
big
store or
difference.
Online at Sephora.ca.
With the CTV News app, our news is always at your fingertips, giving you breaking
No
news
bass at all.
fast and stories that matter to your
Full
community.
bass.
Download the CTV News app to get local updates and push notifications. Visit ctvnewsmontreal.ca.
And the ferrite antenna
8800, sponsored by
really helps.
Italian. Treat yourself and your loved ones to timeless luxury.
Depending on the station, what time of day I listen. But
But
you get the idea. The radio is working great now, maybe not perfect. One other issue I found is that when you crank up the volume, especially if it's a station with a lot of bass to begin with, and you put a little too much bass, the whole radio has a buzz. Because it's all plastic, the back cover is plastic, and it doesn't fit super well, especially that I'm missing a screw here. But the screw stays there with a lock ring. So I had to just put a dab of hot glue so it didn't wiggle anymore. But still, I can still hear it. If I just press on it when it's playing, it stops buzzing. I did put some tape. Maybe I could put another layer of felt, maybe. But that's to a level, I mean, I know my aunt is not going to listen to the radio at that level. So there you have it. Compared to what it was before, I'm really happy. It's all shiny. The aluminum part, the brushed aluminum, looks like aluminum now. It's not yellow anymore, and all the knobs. Anyways, I'm not going to repeat myself. You saw the video. So thank you for being with me for this little project. I'm just about to leave the house in maybe half an hour to go meet the rest of my family for a dinner in a restaurant, and Louisette's going to be there with her daughters, my cousins. So I'm going to give her the radio, not at the restaurant, but it's not far from her house. So we'll go to her place after, and maybe the rest of the family will follow, and I'll be able to gloat a little bit, at least to show them that I did an okay job, I think, modestly. So thank you. Next project, I have so many stuff I have to do. Yeah, I won't tell you too much, but stay tuned. I have at least 3 more radios and another project for the upcoming months, at least. And we'll see you again. So thank you very much.
Drifts away, and Gallagher puts himself into a spot where he could drift in and out of coverage, and it's just great little pass into the pocket of space in that strong side circle, and Gallagher goes weak side post or far side post and in.
And for the first time since 2019-2020, Brendan Gallagher is a 20-goal man for the Montreal Canadiens.
Numéro 48. Canadiens goal is 6th to the season scored by number 48, Lane Hudson.
Anna Krajic, diplômée de Berkeley en musique pour l'écran, avec le Canadien Joey Reda, qui est lui aussi spécialiste de la musique pour le cinéma. Au piano, Anna Spremic. Vous allez voir, c'est très très particulier, très très beau. L'oubli.